Hello everybody, Bob6983 here, and we are back for some more Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure. In the last episode, we encountered Napoleon Bonaparte. We had to rescue this mystery girl, and we're not back to our apartment, but we did cross the Seine, the very famous river of France. And the reason I'm starting things off here is because whenever you start something back from over here, it gives you a little recap.
Story so far.
I'm going to let this play out. However, what I want you to know is that some of these little cutscenes that tell you more or less what happens throughout the story that you just played, like giving you like the mini recap, some of them are butchered. There is one scene I distinctly remember. Hang on.
Chapter 2. On the Trail of the Mark.
There's one scene that I distinctly remember from recording when I was getting footage where instead of referring to Raphael as Raphael, they referred to him as Ralph.
The story so far.
So this is taking place before I recorded everything for the series. They forgot to change Raphael's name from Ralph to Raphael. Now, this isn't necessarily an error. Raphael's name in Japanese is in fact Ralph. They just forgot to translate it back. Or correct it for like the English audiences, I guess. Because in English his name is Raphael, but in Japanese his name is Ralph. All the other characters as well have different names in Japanese. For example, this character, we're going to learn her name is Marie, but in Japanese, her name is Maria. I will go over these differences as the characters show up, but that will come at a later point in time. Maybe this episode. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right in finally. Phew, looks like we shook them off. Who were those guys anyways? And what was all that about Napoleon? Oh, did you say something? No, just thank you on a good night's work. Sorry I haven't introduced myself. The names are Phantomar. And this is my trusty sidekick, Fondue. What? You're the Phantomar? In the flesh. Don't get the wrong idea. I don't steal just anything, only the artwork I really need. If you don't mind me asking, where are you headed? As quickly as possible. I don't think that's such a good idea. Those knights are probably out there scouring the streets, you know. I've got an idea. How about you come to my place? It's a little run down, but they'll never find you there. Oh, I wouldn't want to intrude. No problem at all. As long as you don't report me to the constables. Can't turn you in. You saved my life. Let's hope not. My name's Marie, and I'm pleased to meet you, Phantomar. Likewise. Okay, Marie, follow close. I'll show you the way. All right. Here, right off the bat, we can get the sound effect for the boat at the Seine. Or I guess the ship, I guess. I remember somebody having this talk or like this discussion where they didn't really know what the difference between a boat and a ship was. I'm not going to dive into that one. I guess you all can try, but like I'm not going to open that can of worms. Anyways, the sound effects that you're going to be out on the look on. Oh my gosh, that is a horrible way to say that. The sound effects you are going to want to look out for in this chapter are the rattle, the fly, the cough, the chick, the horse, the violin, and the ship. For now, we are going to try to get back to our house. And let me see. We're going to be looking for one phantom note in this chapter, which is in Rue Livio. And in this chapter, there are 4 sound discs you need to look for if you want those. I'll let you know, or I guess I'll put it on screen to let you know where they pop up, if in case you want them. Here we are. Are you sure it's okay? You dropping in like this? Your family won't mind? Not a problem. Fondue's the only family I've got. Very unfortunate, but yeah. My dad left about 3 years ago, and my mom died in a car accident when I was a kid. You're sharing a little too much there, Raphael. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, no worries. Come on in. Oh, hang on. There. Change back into Raphael. Or I guess our normal outfit. This is the real me. My name is Raphael. Oh, nice to meet you again then, Raphael. Guess it's easier for you to hide in plain sight dressed like this. You know, we actually have something in common, Raphael. I don't have a family either. I was left on a convent's doorstep as a baby. I don't even know what my mother looks like. My only possession was this, the violin left on the step by my side. I've always dreamed that one day I'd become a famous violinist and my mother would recognize me. There has to be a reason she left the violin, right? Maybe she knew you'd have talent. I guess. Do you think I could see your violin for a second, Marie? Sure. Here we get the violin sound effect. This one's pretty easy to get. This violin was resonating with the bracelet of Tiamat. What does that mean? Huh, a switch. The strings are glowing? What the? Hey, yo. Wait, there's a pattern. Maybe if we match it on the violin, something will happen. There is always text on the top screen, but like it's usually not really important. What you're basically doing is Simon Says here. And just do it one more time and then you're done. And that's it. Whoa. And then I'm going to go ahead and flip it. That way you can see the image. It's just showing you that there's writing here. And then Raphael even says, looks like letters of some kind. The dragon crown sleeps at the foot of the Holy Mother, lulled by the princess of the moon. The dragon crown? Weren't those knights saying something about that? Napoleon's lost treasure. Yes, we know. Madman on the street randomly jumps you. Oh yes, the dragon crown! Imagine somebody coming up to you and just like rambling about that. What's this about a princess of the moon then? Actually, I think it's the title of a song. Huh. Something else was left at the convent along with the violin, Raphael. A musical score. And I guess if you're really interested, it's just this. Or like, you can't really make it out is the unfortunate thing. The song was called Moon Princess. Okay, so if Moon Princess is a song, what's the Holy Mother? Well, maybe it's talking about Mother Mary. Mother Mary. Say, doesn't Notre Dame mean the Mother Mary? Yes, Our Lady, the Mother Mary. I think we should pay Notre Dame Cathedral a visit on our way back to the convent tomorrow. My pronunciation's a little off, but I'll try to pronounce it properly. Who knows what we might discover? But yeah, that's more or less how you pronounce it. It's the Notre Dame Cathedral. I'm trying not to pronounce it with like a Spanish accent because it's like French and the Spanish is like very similar with like the language. Good morning, Marie. You play beautifully. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wake you? Don't be sorry. I can't think of a better sound to wake up to. I think that's what it said. Fondue agrees. Well, thank you both then. Let's get ready to hit the streets. Oh, that's Raphael. My bad. He does not have a feminine voice. Let's get ready to hit the street, shall we? We've got a big day ahead of us. We might just find out the truth behind the strange code on the violin. All right, let's go ahead and leave. I don't want to talk to her right now. I kind of just want to leave. Rue de Saint-Pierre. No, Rue de Saint-Pierre. I always want to say Saint-Pierre. It's Saint-Pierre. Okay. Also, another thing I messed up on. The location that I keep saying is Tuileries Gardens, I think it's called Tuileries or Tuileries Gardens, something like that. I keep mispronouncing it. It's Tuileries, not Tuileries Gardens. I'm sorry about that. All right, let's go ahead and talk to you. Oh, if it isn't Raphael, out on a date? Good morning, Simon. No, it's not a date, thank you very much, but I'm afraid I can't help at the store. Had a problem, as they say. Don't you worry about me. I'll be fine on my own today. Ha ha ha, it's me who should be thanking you. I couldn't do what I do without you. I'll be back to help as soon as I can, promise. Have fun. Stop pulling our legs, Simon. Or Simone, I don't know how you would pronounce it. Hello, you three. Let's talk to all three individuals. This is Place Henry Mondor. Did you know you could buy rhythm games from areas you can't get to anymore from the shop? But if you missed any sounds from those places, you're out of luck. So touch, touch, touch. Basically letting you know, like, you can buy rhythm games you missed, like I said. But like I said, also, if you miss a sound and you're trying to go for 100% completion, if you really want them, if you miss it, there is no way to get them back. What do you have to say? Hello, Natalie. Good morning, Raphael. Good morning. I see there's 3 of you today. What fun. In the mood for the usual macaron, they're freshly baked. How could I say no to that? Macarons are the best, Natalie. Well, someone's been practicing their flattery, I see. You know, even today, whenever I eat a macaron, I am reminded of you, dear mom. Of your dear mama. Okay, my bad. How long has it been? Look at me, a soggy cloud on this beautiful day. Luckily, there's a cure for the blues, and it's a macaron. Take it with you. Thank you. Now, this other man on screen is one of the many options throughout this game where this is an optional mini game. Let's go ahead and talk to this man. Oh my, that's quite the dog you've got there. Oh my god, hang on. Let me try to pronounce this breed right. Alsatian cheese on, am I right? Why not enter the World Dog Show tryouts? World Dog Show. You haven't heard? It's taking place in a month, right here in Paris. It's quite the event. The competition this year is Big Meat Catch, a true test of bond between the dog and the master. You know, the battle for Notre Dame area representatives is going on right now. You and your dog should try out. What do you think, Fondue? So this is an optional minigame. However, I will let you know right now, if you're looking for all the sound discs, you have to do each and every optional minigame, because otherwise they will not pop up in the correct location until you have beaten them. You can technically get all the optional rhythm games, I guess, later on in chapter 10 and buy them. But like, why buy them when you can literally just play them right now? Go ahead and play this one. We have no rush. I'm gonna go ahead and just flip to the top screen. There is no purpose to the bottom screen for this one. You're going to be using the gyro controls on your 3DS. So basically tilting your 3DS back and forth from left to right and then staying in the middle, just whichever direction you want. Also, I'm going to let you know right now, try to avoid the items that are not meat because they give you a harsh. And if you miss grabbing any single piece of meat, then that also counts as a harsh. So try your best to grab the meat, but avoid things like the wine bottle, the sink, you know, stuff like that. You don't want to get hit by those. And also like the dumbbells. At least I think they're dumbbells. On the bottom screen, it always says, this minigame requires tilting the system, so stereoscopic display will be disabled. I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure that just means the 3D is disabled on the 3DS.
Fondue.
Something like that. Anyway, we're just going to be tilting our screen, or I guess our 3DS. It's just a mini game it's a rhythm mini game, I guess. So just go according to the music. And then here, just go back and forth. This song kind of reminds me of like the there's a song called, I think, Wooden Soldiers on Parade. That may be like the Disney version of it, but like I do remember that song. If you all are fans of VTubers, I guess another way to remember this song is Hachima's cooking theme. Sounds exactly like that one. I maybe don't know the correct name of that classical song, but I don't know. Those are like the only 2 ways I can remember that song. But like this song that's playing right now really reminds me of it. I've run out of things to say very easily. Try not to miss any on the last one, because like It's really easy to drop into like a B rank on this game if you miss any on the last one. Or if you get hit by any of the foreign objects. Now, technically, Fondue does have different kinds of things that do happen when he's playing a mini game. I'd have to look at the wiki right now, which is where I'm getting most of my information. Other information I am actually looking up and looking into it myself, but the Rhythm Thief fandom is very much helping out. So I guess for the A rank, I'll go through the entire ranking that way you all know, I guess, if you're interested. In A rank, Fondue howls to the sky and wags his tail in sheer happiness, like you all saw. In B rank, he first scratches his right ear, then barks happily. In C rank, he stretches his body forward and back, then barks mildly. In D rank, he looks at the pavement and groans in sadness. And then beginning from this rank, Fondue will no longer wag his tail. It's very sad. In E rank, he opens his mouth and jumps twice as if he is attempting to bite more constables and then redeems himself to Phantom R. After the 2 jumps, he falls on the pavement on his 4 paws. So that's, I guess, as much information as I can possibly tell you about Fondue with his minigames. Anyways, I'm talking a little too much. Let's go ahead and continue onwards because this is an optional minigame. Oh, shoot. There we go. That was superb. A true tour de force. I can tell you and your dog work well together. I'll let you know the selection committee's result by mail. Just write your address here. There you go. Thanks. With your record, I wouldn't be surprised if you and your pooch end up going places. Thank you. This is Petit Pont. What's so funny, Marie? I'm sorry. It's just... I feel like I'm seeing the real Raphael. And that's funny. Like, what you trying to say about us? No, but you're very different from Phantom R. It's kind of a relief. Here you can get the chick sound effect. Tiny little chick, baby chick. Let's talk to this person here. At the Cathedral here, Petit Pont is one of the busiest bridges in town. Tourism is good for the city, of course, and certainly keeps us constables busy. Which takes our minds off the embarrassment to the Bureau, which is Phantom R. It is in these little ways that we improve the lives of Parisians. It is our calling, our duty, and our pleasure. Did you know that our headquarters are in the Paris Constabulary right next to the Notre Dame herself? The inspector is an inspiration to us all. I only hope that someday I can rise to his level of manic busyness. You really added nothing to the conversation, my guy. Everything you said could have just gone without like reading it. This place sure is quiet in the morning. It won't be when tourists start arriving. Let's take a look around while the looking is good. Oh my gosh, Raphael, we know what it said. I got a feeling we're on the right track. Thank you for changing into your Phantom R costume right in front of the father. Or I guess, yeah, it would be the father because I don't believe this is the Pope. Let's go, Marie. If you talk to the father figure here, he gives you the coughing sound effect.
Did you know it took over 200 years to construct the Notre Dame Cathedral? What better way to honor the Mother Mary? Many tourists come to see the famous relief of the Last Judgment in the entrance to the cathedral. And not just tourists. Notre Dame is quite a popular destination for the faithful as well. It is my job to make them feel welcome in this place of worship. You might try offering a prayer yourself.
Yeah, we just needed you for the cough. Thank you very much, though. And here is the last optional minigame, I believe, in this chapter. Something wrong? I just opened a second location for my famous École Militaire restaurant. And the customers, they don't stop coming, which is good, of course. Not so good as when your head chef quits after one day. Oh my gosh, perhaps I was too you think? Now we're booked for dinner tonight and I have no one behind the stove. How can I turn my customers away? What am I to do? Do you cook? Let him cook. If you do, will you help me? Just for today, I beg you, monsieur. Our last optional rhythm game. Go ahead and go to the top side. Now, I'm going to give you all a bit of advice for this rhythm game. So the controls are to tap the screen, or rather tap and hold the screen. That way you can hold your frying pan in place and then swipe to the right once you're done cooking it. Hold your stylus on the touchscreen at all times, essentially. You can swipe and then go back into your original position. It will not change it. So usually hold your stylus in the position, because this one and an advanced form of this rhythm game, which will come later, will get more and more trickier. So it's just easier to hold your stylus in place.
Let's see how you cook.
You hold it in place, and then you throw it to the right.
Yes.
These are pancakes or waffles, and they have longer timers.
Yes. Yes.
And then the last option is like a steak or like a ham, I guess.
Yes.
At first, I used to think that like the waffle or pancake was like chicken, but it's not.
Yes.
Like the wiki itself says, oh, it's just like a waffle or pancake.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
My reasoning was that it kind of looks like
Yes.
grilled chicken, if that makes sense. That's why I was like, oh, it kind of looks like chicken.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not really doing that well on this minigame. Like, I'm getting a few perfects, but like sometimes I'm getting goods. And like, I don't know, I'm not that proud of it.
Yes.
Maybe it's just like the inner rhythm
Yes.
gamer in me that's getting mad at me.
Yes. Yes.
But then again, this is my very first time
Yes.
let's playing a literal rhythm game.
Yes.
What a very bizarre game to let's play.
You're a chef of steel. No, I.
But yeah, that's the end of the rhythm game. I think this is a good stopping point. We didn't really get that much done. We did do both optional mini games. We did get to talk to a lot of people. We did get a few sound effects, but I think, yeah, this is a good stopping point. So next time on Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure, we are finally going to enter the Notre Dame Cathedral, and then we are going to see what that, I guess, riddle or that, I guess. Yeah, it would be considered a riddle, I guess. Let's go see what that riddle has in store for us. So until next time, I guess see you all then once I'm done reading this dialogue. When I asked if you cooked, I did not expect the chef a fire. You must cook for me. You must. Please consider it at least. But yeah, okay, now see you all then for real this time.